Okay, folks. Today I want to do a fairly short video, and I want to showcase two different types of automatic handguns that are common in today's market. I won't add revolvers into this today because this is on automatics. So what we're going to talk about are two types, and this is important if you've never carried a gun, or if you don't own a handgun and you're looking to buy your first one to defend yourself with. Especially ladies, I want you to, and a lot of guys, I want you to know the difference in what you can get and why you should have one over the other. So with that being said, let's get into it. All these guns have been unloaded, mags removed, and they're safety checked. You can see right down the barrel of this gun, no bullets. Pardon the smoke, and this is just what I do. Okay, so this is a 9mm single stack, sort of a really popular little handgun. It's a Smith & Wesson Shield. It comes with a 7-round. When you buy one, when I bought this one, it comes with a 7-round and a 8-round high capacity magazine. The gun, I'm not going to break out in this and that and the other, but it's well, I guess I can. I can show you how wide it is. Let me get my calipers out. Hold tight, because I guess it matters, and it will matter to you when you carry it all day, how thick the gun is. Weight is a lot, but how thick it is really makes a difference. Okay, so we are at the slide. We are 0.91 inches. It's less than an inch. Okay, and at the grip, where your hand's going to meet the grip, we're 0.897, so it's less than an inch all the way over, anywhere that you look at it. The gun weighs like 14 ounces with an empty magazine. This weapon, and this type of weapon, is called a striker fired. Okay, what that means is there's no hammer. Striker fired. Don't do this unless you know I'm going to pull the trigger. I want you to see. But you just saw me safety check. It has a safe action trigger. Watch, see where it breaks right there? See that little tab right here? You cannot pull this trigger without your finger being on it. It's the only safety that needs to be on a self-defense handgun. That's just it. That's my opinion. I'll explain why. Okay. This particular model, all shields have adjustable sights, rear sight for windage and elevation. It adjusts for windage. Now, if you want to adjust for elevation, you can buy shims and put under and reinstall it, which you really don't need to adjust. Not in a combat self-defense type handgun. You don't need elevation. But if you need to change elevation on your gun, then you probably need to change your bullets. Check different, try different ammo. That's a whole nother video, but the bottom line of it is ammo selection is critical. Of course, you want to you see people want to shoot target rounds, but they want to carry something else and not shoot them because they cost too much. Horse hockey. You shoot and you practice with what you are going to keep in this gun to defend yourself with. I ain't saying shoot 300 rounds of gold dots, because you're going to come off some money. But I am saying verify it. Shoot all the target rounds you want, but before you carry this gun, verify that the gun that you use and the bullets that you use are going to strike where you point it every time, and that the gun will function every time. A lot of these guns don't like, they're finicky. This one is not. This gun will shoot anything you put in it. So, striker fired, no safety, is the way to go for self-defense. And that's just the way. But it takes training. You wouldn't go out and jump on a motorcycle and take off unless you've had practice on a motorcycle. All right. The other type of handgun, that's out now, so, is a single action. Okay, it's not striker fired, it's a single action hammer fired handgun. Gun is safe, no bullets, no magazine. This hammer stays back. So then what you wind up with, especially with a 1911, is safety. That's called cocked and locked. And this is not a starter gun. This is not what you want. If you're not very familiar and if you train exclusively with a 1911. If you don't buy this. This is not for you. This is a 45 ACP. It is snappy. I don't care how, this is Colt. I don't care how nice they are. It is snappy. It's a 45 ACP. But now you have to change your training because you have to pull this pistol if you need it, and get that off at the same time. Now that other gun I showed you, had it have a safety, whether it's this type or the type that's right in here or whatever. Now you got to pull your gun, fiddle for looking for that safety, kick it off while you're getting attacked, and then be able to engage your target. That's why you don't want a safety. I told you I'd get to that. You don't want a safety. You want a safe action trigger. This gun does not have a safe action trigger. Compared to the striker fired pistol, this pistol has a 2.5 pound trigger. There's no safe action. None. I mean, safety, if the safety's off. It's very, very light. It was designed that way. You're going to ask me, why can't you put one in the barrel and learn to do this? Well, try it. You can't do that. In the middle of a gunfight, you just died. Still just a single stack. It's a big bullet, but it only holds 8 rounds. This is a 9mm. This is a 45. Okay. Now back in the day, 40, 50 years ago, or even sooner, this was the big dog. This was everybody was, if you got shot with a 45, or they would carry a 45 and say, well, ain't nothing I can't kill. Bull. This kill you, it won't kill you any quicker than this will. With today's ammunition, and we won't go into that, that's a whole different video, but with quality ammunition, the same maker, manufacturer, this 9mm will kill you as dead, as quick as this will. This is a 115 grain piece of lead. That is a 230 grain piece of lead, twice the weight. But this one will penetrate more. It allows you to carry more ammunition on your gun, in your gun, should you have a gun that allows you to. You can get, I've got a 9mm that holds 17 rounds. It's no bigger than that 1911 right there that holds 7. So there's a lot of factors that goes into what gun you want to carry. I just wanted you to see a couple of little differences in a single action hammer fired and a striker fired. This is I think Academy's running them right now for $329, $339, something like that. 2 magazines, adjustable sights. Loaded chamber indicator where you can see your round in there. You should never depend on that. I don't care if you don't know your gun's loaded. You need to check. This gun, again, is not a gun for the inexperienced or the squeamish, because it has recoil, it's heavy, it weighs over 2 pounds. And this is the commander version. The full-size version is this big. It weighs another half pound more than this does. It's a personal preference. Some days I'll carry this. Some days, most of the time, I carry that 9mm. And some days I carry a 380 Ruger, the LCP2. But when you go out to buy your handgun, safe action trigger, no safety, adjustable sights. You do not need lasers and all this. It's great to have later on, but right now, it's not essential. To defend your life, this is all you need. And it doesn't have to be a Smith & Wesson Shield. I'm not sponsoring any handgun manufacturer or anything. This is just a great little gun for the size and the features, because most of them you don't get the adjustable sights and such for that price range, for under $400 price range. Wonderful little gun. And it also, I think we tried the 1911. It comes with a right at a 6-pound trigger pull. Reset, you wouldn't care about that, but the reset ain't too bad. Great little gun, and it's a Smith & Wesson. Do me a favor, guys, ladies and gentlemen, especially you guys who go out and buy your wives these guns. You send her off into the world with a $149 Jennings 22, and you don't train her to do anything. You don't teach her how to defend herself with it. You give her inferior equipment to start with. Sure, I've had a Jennings that was a good, it shot every time. One. Never seen another one to do that. These Cobras, as far as quality goes, I wouldn't go any lower than a Taurus. Taurus is a fine handgun now. Used to be they were junk. Now they're good. They've got a lifetime manufacturer warranty. Get yourself and your wife quality equipment. Your life literally could depend on it. Same with ammunition. If you could turn around, I reload a lot, but I do that for target shooting. When it comes to carry ammo, and I verify every gun I've got with my carry, the ammo I'm going to carry with it. Gold Dot, Federal HST, Hydroshocks, something along that line, a premium ammunition. If you can buy 50 rounds for $11, it's not premium ammunition. And the reason why is because of the bullet design and consistency and the loading procedure. They are the same each time. Arm yourself and your loved ones with good stuff. Because you wouldn't put onion peel Maypop tires on your daughter's car until it hit the interstate and go on spring break down to Florida, would you? You'd make sure that her tires had air, she had oil, and you would take care of her. Same thing with these guns. Make sure you've got what you need and they've got what they need. Because in today's times, they very well may need it before they get home. And when she pulls that gun or you pull that gun, you don't want to fiddle with the safety. Number one, you may forget it. Number two, a good prosecutor could argue that, if you had time to push that safety off, you might have had time to run or do something else. It may not have been real self-defense. So it's just something to think about. You want it to go bang every time, and you want her to hit training. You want to be able to hit what you're shooting at, training. And I ain't talking about standing still shooting at a Coca-Cola bottle. I'm talking about start with grip, stance, and for God's sake, move. When you're firing your pistol at a target that you've put in your mind is trying to kill you, you've got to move. If you stand still, you just saying, here I am, shoot me. Move. Well, that's another video. We'll get into it later. All right. Have a good evening. God bless everybody. If you've learned anything, the difference in these two types of handguns, click like, subscribe. We would appreciate it. God bless you.